Latin America is not just a place on a map. It's a feeling. It's rhythm, resistance, survival, and straight-up aguante. To understand Latin America today, you have to look back, way back, because history here isn't something in a textbook. It's alive in the streets, in the music, in the slang people throw around, like orale, che, mano, or beleza. Before colonization, Latin America was home to powerful civilizations, the Maya, Aztec, Inca, and countless others. These societies weren't primitive, no matter what old European narratives tried to sell. They had advanced agriculture, astronomy, trade systems, and governance. But when Spain and Portugal arrived in the late 1400s, everything changed, fast and brutally. Colonization wasn't just about land, it was about extraction. Gold, silver, sugar, and later coffee were ripped from the region and shipped to Europe. Indigenous people were enslaved, entire populations were wiped out by violence and disease, and African slaves were forcibly brought to work the plantations and mines. From the start, Latin America was plugged into the global economy, but on the worst possible terms. It was a raw material machine, built to make someone else rich. Noah's broma. That setup still echoes today. By the early 1800s, independence movements spread across the region. Leaders like Simón Bolívar, José de San Martín, and Miguel Hidalgo fought to break colonial chains. Independence came, but freedom? That was complicated. Power didn't go to the people, it stayed with elites, mostly white, wealthy, and connected. The same structures of inequality, just changed outfits. Fast forward to the 20th century, and finance became a new battlefield. Latin American countries borrowed heavily from foreign banks and institutions to modernize. Roads, dams, industries, it all sounded great. But when commodity prices dropped and interest rates rose, the region got slammed with debt. The 1980s became known as the lost decade. Inflation went loco, currencies collapsed, and millions fell into poverty. Imagine working all month and your paycheck losing value by the week. That wasn't rare, it was normal. International institutions like the IMF stepped in with solutions: austerity, privatization, cuts to social programs. On paper, it was economics. In real life, it meant less health care, worse education, and more people struggling just to survive. People didn't call it structural adjustment, they called it aguantar, hanging on, making it work somehow. Despite all that, development did happen, but unevenly. Big cities like Sao Paulo, Mexico City, Buenos Aires, and Santiago grew into massive urban centers. You see skyscrapers, startups, fintech, and global investment. Latin America has billionaires, unicorn companies, and world-class talent. But right next to that, informal settlements, underfunded schools, and people hustling in the economía informal. One side living de lujo, the other just trying to get by. Discrimination plays a huge role in this inequality. Race, class, and geography matter a lot. Indigenous communities, Afro-Latinos, and rural populations are consistently left behind. If you're darker-skinned, speak an indigenous language, or come from the countryside, the system often treats you like you don't matter. That's not accidental. That's historical discrimination baked into modern institutions. As people say in the streets, así es el sistema, pues. Gender inequality adds another layer. Women, especially Indigenous and Afro-Latino women, are more likely to work informal jobs, earn less, and face violence. Yet they are also the backbone of families, communities, and social movements. Latin America's feminism isn't just theory, it's protest, rabia, and courage. But here's the thing, Latin America isn't just struggle, it's creativity, resilience, and joy. People innovate because they have to. When banks don't serve them, they create cooperatives. When governments fail, communities organize. When the system says no, people say dale and find another way. In recent years, financial inclusion has grown. Mobile banking, digital wallets, and remittances have changed how money moves. Young entrepreneurs are launching startups from Bogotá to Lima to Monterrey. There's a sense that maybe, just maybe, the future can be different. Not perfect, but better. Still, challenges remain. Corruption continues to drain public trust. Political instability scares investors. Climate change hits the region hard. Droughts, floods, deforestation, and migration tells a powerful story. Millions leave not because they want to, but because they feel they have no choice. As many say, no es que uno quiera irse, es que no alcanza. Yet, Latin America keeps going. Always. From reggaeton to literatura, from street art to social movements, the region keeps shaping global culture while fighting its own battles. There's pride here, there's fire, there's corazón. So when people reduce Latin America to stereotypes, poverty, chaos, crime, they miss the point. This is a region shaped by centuries of exploitation, yes, but also by resistance, a place where history weighs heavy, finance decides futures, development comes with contradictions, and discrimination still hurts, but where hope refuses to die. Or, as people might say, smiling through it all, seguimos, hermano, poco a poco, pero seguimos.